And it was quite the active morning, and you can see behind me that there's this live video, or not live video rather, this is recorded video from earlier this morning in Carbondale, Illinois, sent to us by Paula Burstich. And this was, again, in Carbondale. We really want to encourage you never to drive through flooded waters, especially in your car. And this is by Jamie Moore, and this is from Marion. This is flooding earlier again this morning. You can see that the water was pretty high up here on the side of the road, but again, we did see a lot of this flooding across the region, and that's because these storms developed and then they continued to redevelop and run over the exact same areas. And this is what prompted all of those flash flood warnings and emergencies that we saw. But currently right now, if we take a look down towards the south near the Mayfield area, things have quieted down a little bit, but there is still lots of rain falling. And then if we take a look towards the north, we can still see that there are some storms back building behind up towards the Festus area, and these are going to be moving down towards the southeast. And again, this is very unprecedented. We have not seen anything like this in a long time here in this part of the country. So again, we do have those flash flood emergencies. Those are going to be for the city as those are going to be for Graves County, McCracken County, Pulaski County, Illinois. And again, those are going to go till 1 o'clock this afternoon, and that is for catastrophic flooding that we have not seen in this part of this region. And if we go back towards the west, we can see, or zooming out rather, we can see that there are flash flood warnings for most of the areas, and those are going to be going until about 12 to 1 o'clock depending on where you are. And we did see catastrophic rainfall that has resulted in catastrophic flooding. And up towards the north in Williamson County, we saw 4.7 inches and 6.9 inches down towards the south. And if we go further towards the south, we can see that rainfall totals were about 9.2 inches in Mayfield and 11.5 inches in parts of western Graves County. And if you're headed out this afternoon, I do think that this isn't going to be the best day to go out, but I do expect clearing skies after these storms roll through, with highs topping out in the upper 80s where we do have clearing, but where the rain continues to fall, I don't think that we're going to break out of the 70s. So it's going to be very temperatures are going to be very widespread difference across the region. So we're continuing to track rain for the remainder of the day with a continued flood threat. We're also tracking thunderstorms to roll in tomorrow morning, which could bring in another round of heavy rainfall. And then we're expecting cooler and drier temperatures this weekend with nice weather. So again, 12 o'clock, we can start to see that back building back towards the west, and then that's going to be drifting off towards the south and towards the east. But I think by 6 o'clock, most of us are going to be dry. There is still an isolated chance of a shower or thunderstorm this afternoon, and by 12 o'clock, most of us are going to be dry. But again, as I was saying, tomorrow morning, we do have that risk of storms rolling through the region tomorrow morning. And by 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, most of us are going to be dry as that cold front drifts towards the south. But we are going to be in those mid to low 90s. And then by 11 o'clock tomorrow, again, we are in those upper 80s. So we do have a heavy rainfall risk for tomorrow. It is the lowest category for parts of this region. Again, that is going to be because we've had so much rainfall and we could see additional rainfall. And we do also, with those storms, have a marginal risk of severe weather, with the main threats being damaging winds and also some large hail. And again, that is for the storms tomorrow morning. I think our severe threat is over for today. So again, we are tracking a couple of rounds of storms. So today we do have that widespread risk of storms. Tomorrow, I think the storms are going to be more scattered. Friday and Saturday, we're going to be drying out, but Sunday and Monday, we do have that isolated risk of storms returning, so that will be resulting in an isolated chance of showers and thunderstorms. But temperatures today, I think, are going to top out somewhere in the mid-80s if the sun comes out, but it will be staying in the 70s where we don't see the sun come out. But then we are tracking a warm-up, especially for late next week. But the weekend does look really nice with temperatures in those upper 80s with low dew point values, so very nice weather for the weekend.
And hopefully that dry time, over the weekend will help us to dry out, because with the flooding today and more rain on the way, we're definitely going to need that dry time.
Yes, we are going to need that dry time.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Garrett.